I initially intended this hair to be a knotless bob, goddess bob, but because the hair ended up being a little longer, it's just a short knotless bob. I mean, it's short knotless goddess braids. For this style, I ended up using Little Looks braiding hair. I think that's 14 inches. And then braid gel, which is an orange gel for the molding of my hair. And then the yellow shine and jam jar for braiding down my hair. So as you can see, it gets very tedious when you're parting your hair by yourself, having to use several mirrors to get accuracy, and it's not going to be perfect. That's just the reality, and no one should be looking that closely at your scalp to see the accuracy. So you will be fine. After braiding my hair for years, I've noticed that the density of my hair definitely impacts the time it takes for me to braid my hair, or how the parting may end up looking. When my hair was much more natural and not heat trained, you'll see that I'm gonna make sure that part is perfect. When it was not as heat trained, I had to make smaller parts so that the braids wouldn't look so bulky. But now that my hair is more heat trained, I can take a nice size section and it still has a nice flow to it. After looking at this part, it's still not perfect. Ain't nobody got time to sit there all day trying to work on one part though, so you gotta keep it moving. At this point, it's good enough. Hair that I used this time was the Cleopatra curly deep wave hair, bulk hair. You have to get bulk hair, and I want to say it was 18 inches. I bought my precision combs a few years ago. It was a 4-pack, and these precision combs make a world of a difference. I am an actual braider, so I use these type of combs on my clients. This one that I'm using on myself is so old that one of the teeth ended up falling off in my hair as I'm braiding because it's so old. But now she says she sells packs of like 14, I believe. So I have to get me a whole new pack for myself and for what I use on my clients. But they make a big difference. They sell these kind of combs in the beauty supply store, but they're not as sharp and as defined as the ones I got from Ordinary Her. This one particular tool can make your work look so much more professional than a regular precision comb. So here you'll notice I'm doing my braid down. I do like most braiders where you're typically adding 3 pieces at the beginning of your braid, and you want them to be smaller pieces that are either similar sizes to your actual pieces of hair that are already starting the braid, or just a little bit under, because you're going to gradually build the thickness of the braid. So you'll pretty much know how to gauge it just from practice. You'll also see me using clips to hold the curls in place, because as you put the curl in and you begin to braid, if it's not in a steady spot, then it'll end up coming out of the braid, or it'll just be a mess. So you want to lock the curl out of your way as you braid down. And then you're also going to have like a little piece that sticks out from the straight part of the braid or the straight part of the curly hair that was added in, which you'll see if you really look closely at my braid. And those are pieces that'll just get cut at the end. To be honest, I don't even cut mine because the hair is so full that you can't really see. The pieces that I notice are the ones that I'll go around and cut. But if I'm braiding a client, it would be best that I cut that for them, which is why the job can end up taking so much time and being so costly, because you want to make sure that it's so neat and particular. that I end up breaking off into even smaller pieces. Take them from one good strong section, and once I take one piece out, then I'm going to put a little shining gem on the straight hair, comb that out to make it just easier to separate and more tameable as I'm adding the hair into the braid. From each small wad, I will probably get about 6 pieces. So here I won't say too much, but I give a bit more detail by moving slowly with how I add all my pieces in to the braid. While we finish up this braid, I just want to say, if you are here as your first time braiding your own hair and learning, I commend you on that, because it is not easy, but it is very rewarding. And as you continue to do so, you'll have so much more pride in it, and you'll perfect it as you go along. But while we're on the topic, I just want to touch on people in the comments that love to eat the braiders up, because trust me, I put my all into braiding. I don't even like to charge that much, but people around me encourage to up my charge because they know how much work I put into braiding. So, you know, for people who say that braiders charge too much, but you want to be in a professional setting, keep in mind that a booth and a salon costs. And so a braider has to pay their home bills and pay the overhead in a salon. It's also very taxing on the body. And so if you get someone who pays attention to detail, is timely, and give you the professional feel that you like, be mindful that it's going to cost. And if you don't want to spend a lot, then be mindful that all of those things may not be checked off. Also, a lot of times I hear people say, these new braiders are not like the old braiders, they can't really braid. But y'all used to complain that y'all edges was getting snatched back in the day when we would get our micros and the girlies would get kinky twisted, etc. So it's always a problem for a person who likes to find a problem. But as for me, I love my loyal clients and my potential clients. I am in the Peachtree Corners, Norcross area in Georgia. If you want to slide by and get your braids done by me. have to clip all the extra pieces that were added from the human hair. And I have to dip my hair. I have to mousse my hair. When I dip my hair, I use the purple rollers and dip it in boiling hot water. And here we are. Overall, the Cleopatra hair was beautiful for the first 2 weeks, but this is a hairstyle that you have to keep in mind you will have to maintain as you wear it. I did that for the first 2 weeks, but after that, it turned into a nasty, crunchy, crummy mess. And I just don't think that I would use it again. But if I had to for a short hairstyle, I definitely would.